When it comes to museums, it doesn't get bigger than this. The Smithsonian is the largest museum complex in the world. It has the tough task of educating a country that's addicted to phones and constantly bickering. Topics include American history, Asian art, air and space, and that's not even all the ones that start with A. With so much to see, most visitors to DC pick one or two. Today, I'm going to do what my 8th grade field trip chaperone once described as completely impractical. Get back on the bus. I'm going to visit the whole thing. Well, sort of. Most of the museums are located on the National Mall. So, with help from some friends, I have 7.5 hours to try and hit all 10. To count a museum as complete, I've picked one artifact in each that we'll have to find. And by the end, hopefully we'll better understand the history of this vast collection. Alright, Jilly, what's your Smithsonian experience?
I think I've only been to the Natural History Museum, and I went with my grandma when I was little, and then we made a photo album of me standing in front of exhibits doing this.
David, any you haven't been to?
I don't think I've been to the castle.
Oh, okay.
Because that was under construction.
Yeah.
It's like the big red brick one. I don't even know what they have in there.
What's in there? Oh, we're gonna find out.
We began our run at the Natural History Museum. Far and away the most popular. This one is essentially the Rocks and Bones Museum. That's all you gotta know as a tourist. Boom. We ventured to the second floor to find our first artifact, the Hope Diamond. Formerly owned by royalty, it's now on display for us commoners. Oh, okay, you keep spinning away from me.
It says it's existed for more than 1 billion years.
I guess it's a long time. There were also a few treasures hidden deeper in this exhibit. Oh,
the area we know is New
some
Jersey.
rave rocks.
They're rave rocks and they're from New Jersey.
Should we see the dinosaurs?
Yeah, it's bone time.
Scientists have debated what caused the dinosaurs to go extinct. Was it volcanoes? An asteroid? Maybe a lack of traditional values? Well, the asteroid theory took the lead following the discovery of new evidence and much research. And that's the scientific method at work, making observations, forming hypotheses, and testing them. Alright, as a side quest, we're going to try to drink at all the locations that sell alcohol. It's the most enlightening way to day drink. With one museum down, it was time for some unnatural history. This place has more than you could ever dream of knowing about the USA. There are exhibits on democracy, food, this, and the thing we came to see, American culture. This collection features artifacts from across the entertainment industry, including a very special pair of slippers from The Wizard of Oz. I've definitely never seen these before. Considered to be the first true American fairy tale. We also saw OG Kermit the Frog, and some more modern props.
This is beautiful.
What?
Glee.
Oh.
In the American History Museum.
As a whole, the Smithsonian houses over 150 million objects, with less than 1% on display. People are donating things constantly. However, most of it gets rejected due to their lengthy acquisition criteria. Devastating news for my Magic the Gathering collection. I just feel like if I was George Washington, I'd be kind of pissed if this was my statue. Like, no guys, I said right to bear arms, not right to bare chest. How are we feeling so far?
I'm feeling like I actually kind of shed a tear at the cultural exhibit. Something about like music and film and entertainment. It's like, it was so beautiful. And also they had a Glee exhibit, which really spoke to me. And I was like, oh, this place is awesome.
I did feel very iPad baby. They would start playing the movie clips in the culture section, and then I would become transfixed for like maybe 5 minutes straight. Because I was just like, oh my god, a screen.
We then moved to the newest edition, the Museum of African American History and Culture, probably the busiest one of the day. It covers history from slavery to the civil rights movement to the modern day. The object we came to see, a shawl owned by Harriet Tubman, legendary for freeing herself from slavery and others. There's been a long will they, won't they on if they're ever going to put her on the $20 bill. This whole saga reflects the similarly long struggle to get this museum built. Congressman John Lewis introduced a bill every year for 15 years before it finally got passed. For the record, I do not advise speeding through this one as a first-time visitor. There's just so much to see here.
Each item in the museum's collection tells a story, some of a tortured racial past, others of resiliency and optimism. But make no mistake, Bunch says, this is not, nor was it ever intended, to be the National Museum of Discrimination.
For me, the African American experience is an experience not of tragedy, but of unbelievable belief. Belief in themselves, belief in an America that often didn't believe in them.
This is also where we stopped for lunch. It was delicious, and I spilled water all over myself. Crossing to the other side of the mall, we found ourselves at the place that started it all, the Smithsonian Castle. There's a princess up there. She won't get let down until she's happy with the state of the country.
Every museum serves beer.
The institution was born in 1846. Its founding donor, James Smithson, wanted to create an establishment for the increase and diffusion of knowledge. Smithson was an English scholar who donated his entire fortune to the United States of America despite having never been to this country in his life. He's really dug our vibes, apparently. And he's here now, behind this pixelated rendering. Have you ever drank in a castle before?
I haven't.
In keeping with its mission, the DC Smithsonians all have free entry, which means more money for merch. I was like really considering getting this, and then I saw the back. I think I will get this because it's like 100 years from now, this could be in a museum, right? Next door is the often closed Art and Industries building, which was the first expansion to the original museum, built as the institution inherited a bunch of stuff from America's 100th birthday bash. It's now open for the summer as a temporary exhibit. And yeah, we had to pick something as the artifact, and yeah, there was this bike that looked pretty cool. With 5 museums down and 5 to go, we kinda had to pick up the pace. Number 6. The Museum of Asian Art was founded thanks to rich guy Charles Lang Freer, who amassed a huge personal collection of Asian art and subsequently gifted it to the government. Charles Freer, America's first weeaboo. Although the most famous exhibit here is the famously not Asian Peacock Room, moved to the US from a private mansion in London.
So let's probably do something like over the bedroom. You go to see this house in the room while they're like Funko Pops.
The final museum in this block was the African Art Museum. If you want an oasis free of school groups, this one and the previous one are where I'd recommend. And deep underground, we found our 7th artifact. But there was no time to relax because modern art was calling our names. According to Wikipedia, modern art throws aside traditions of the past in a spirit of experimentation. I just really wish I understood it.
I like how they tell you exactly what materials are used as if you're gonna like go home and do this yourself.
I A lot of people look at stuff like this and their like objection is that they could do it or something. Such a frustrating complaint. I mean, the brush strokes are like very clean and perfect. It's precise and intentional. Most people's signature is bad. They can't do like a painting. I don't know.
We found our artifact and headed for the door.
Yeah, you can't do this. You can't even spell stuff right.
Okay, yeah, it's time to go. With 2 museums remaining in less than 2 hours, we had to avoid the allure of ice cream and bunny rabbits to make it to the Museum of the American Indian. A particularly effective section is their exhibit on treaties, covering the relationship between US and native nations, and the gradual dispossession of indigenous lands. History isn't just a collection of stories passed down like when they're doing exposition for a movie.
You should know the story.
How we know the things we know is referred to as epistemology, the theory of knowledge itself. Sorting through competing points of view is an epistemic challenge, but this exhibit shows how things like legal documents can help paint a fuller picture. And with that, we had finally made it to our 10th museum, Air and Space. It's hard not to feel like a little kid in this building. It features several interactive exhibits and games, like this one where you try to book a flight.
Oh, you can't get a snack, that's for sure.
I guess there's some sick individuals out there who enjoy that.
Well, cool. Don't care.
The United States has a proud history of aviation and space travel. From the Wright brothers to Neil Armstrong and beyond.
I just didn't even realize that was an X-Wing.
One of our great American vessels. Speaking of Neil, we sought out one final artifact, the module of the first mission to the moon. Do you think that's bigger, smaller than a studio apartment, DC?
That would be at least $1,500.
We've done it. I feel so much smarter and more refined. 10 museums. Cannot recommend that this be the first way you experience the Smithsonian. I think there's a lot of places that deserve more time and space to really let everything sink in. Space, right? Yeah.
I'm feeling a little bit exhausted. I really want to eat some food, but I think this was a really good crash course, and there are museums that I went to that I haven't been to before that I'm like, okay, I have to go back.
Yeah, I feel like it was good that it left me wanting more for most of the museums.
Yeah.
You see a little bit, but then you have to go to another museum. It's also nice to know which museums have beer at them.
As you can see, the Smithsonian Institution evolved alongside the country it's in. Though it was established at the behest of one guy, it now employs an army of curators, educators, and researchers to continue its stated goal:
Knowledge.
the world's never-ending group project. There's always going to be disagreements over the truth, and there are processes to handle that within academia. Recent Orange critics, however, have said the institution is simply too negative in their portrayal of US history. But in my opinion, the rougher edges are important to show, because it's not just a story that ended in 1776. It's a long struggle to achieve liberty and justice for all that we're still living through. And we have to be able to criticize ourselves in order to reach that potential. Thank you for watching, guys. Big shout out to my friends Jilly and David for letting me drag them along all day. Please give them a follow, and like and subscribe to this channel as well. Sorry if it got a little preachy at the end, but your boy is preachy, what can I say? Until next time.
A lot of people look at stuff like this and their like objection is that they could do it or something. It's such a frustrating complaint. You just like aren't even interested in looking at it long enough to think about it. And then everything else you do in your life is boring and garbage. Most people's signature is bad. They can't do like a painting. You're not better than this. The average person doesn't have this understanding of color coordination. Yeah, you can't do this. You can't even spell stuff right.